Good day to you, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of your societal program, Focal Point. We all know the drill, right? When it clocks 11 a.m. on a Wednesday or on a Friday, we know it's time for you and I to discuss about something that is going to help foster our society in just the manner or in the way that we need it to be fostered. We're really sorry for the extreme lateness today. So many things beyond our control kind of happened, so we apologize and we hope you are ready for you and I to dive in this wonderful journey. Now, today's edition is quite interesting because I have a full house, two beautiful young ladies and a gentleman, the face you guys already know. And yes, for those of you who are tuning in for your very first time, I will tell you about Focal Point. Focal Point is that societal program where we get to diagnose, treat any societal ill. We want to make sure that the society is exactly what we want it to be. But now, so many things are going on in our society that kind of hamper our, I'll say our enjoyment of the society that we are living in. So many things go wrong, but we cannot discuss everything at once, right? So we take it one day at a time, 1 second at a time. So we take it one edition at a time. And today, like every other day, we've brought something that we need to elaborate on. And Focal Point comes up every Wednesday as from 11 a.m. right up to 12:30 p.m. and also on Fridays, same time. And of course, you're going to see me, Eno Egbe Chevrolet. Quickly, I'm going to introduce our guest for the day. I will start with the face that everyone knows. I'm talking about Evangelist Sinjo Armstrong. Good morning or good day. Good day.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for having me to this platform. And good morning to my fellow panelists. It's a pleasure sharing the panel with you today.
Sharing the panel with fine
Very
girls.
first time.
With fine girls, I know now. I understand. You're feeling different.
I'm feeling different.
Yeah, I know that you came and you were struggling to glow. For what? For what?
So I'm glad to be here, and I just want to welcome our televiewers who have taken their appointment part of today's program. We are here to contribute our own quota to what we shall be discussing today.
Yeah.
Hopefully, our contribution will help to educate our televiewers. Thank you.
All right, thank you so very much, Evangelist Sincho. I'll start now on my right. I'll go to my right. We know it's ladies before gentlemen, but these are the main people for the day, so I had to keep them for last. I'll start with Nyoidini Flaweta Yufenyo. Ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who used to follow Elela Gbamu back in the days, you were able to find this particular girl interesting because I remember that after she came on the platform, she became a national treasure, and we are able to have her again on this platform. Different, I would say, different dynamics for her to talk about herself, what she does, and to elaborate more. Good day to you, Flaweta.
Good day to you, Madam Eno.
I love the fact that she called me madam. Ladies and gentlemen, she has never called me madam in her entire life. I'm going to bring out this part and send to the pastor. Like, listen, see, Florida is calling me madam. But you're welcome anyways.
Thank you very much for hosting me in this beautiful program.
Yes,
I'm honored, I must say.
you're welcome. And I hope you had a wonderful start of the week and everything is going fine.
Yes, everything is going on very well.
All right, thank you so much for honoring our invitation and for being here. And yes, she's like ready. She wants to introduce herself. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking about Stone Mira and Gemma, who is in the house. Hello.
Hello, Mano. Good morning.
Good morning. How are we doing?
I'm doing okay.
It's been a long time. The cameras are like, ah.
Who is this? Long time no see.
I don't know if anybody has watched one advert. It's like, ah, Tara. So they're like, is that not Mirror? I'm sure so many people be asking, where has she been? What's she up to?
I've been doing a lot of things that took me away from the screen, but hopefully I'm going to come back when I've stood firm on the ground.
Okay.
So it's such a pleasure for me to be here again.
Okay, you all are welcome, and I'm so happy you all were able to find time out of your very busy schedules to be here for us to talk about you and also something that can better our society. Now, ladies and gentlemen, back to you and I. Today we will be talking about how do you find the youth of today. It's a simple talking point, a very simple one, a very, 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 I repeat, very simple talking point. All you need to do is think for a while. How do you find them? Define the youth of today in your own words. When you look look at our society, look at Boya, look at Limbe, Douala, Edea, Bafusam, whichever town, whichever village, whichever city, whichever quarter you find yourself in Cameroon, how can you define these youths? The numbers on your screen are for you and I. You just need to send me either a text message via WhatsApp or normal text message. Now, let me start with Evangelist Sinjo. I'll keep my guest out a little bit. Evangelist, I'll come to you. You are still a youth. But then again, you are not an isolated youth. You are in a society that has many other youths. Younger youths, older youths, and youths that are of your age group. How, in your own words, can you find them?
Thank you very much. This is a very complex topic to deal with today. I want to say this is one of the most complex topics that are there on this platform, because it's quite difficult to actually say exactly how I find the youth of today.
Okay.
Because the perception probably varies from environment to environment.
Yeah, true.
That we find ourselves. In some community or environment that we find ourselves, one can say positive things about the youth they find. And in some other environment or community we find ourselves, we want to see that the way the youth live sometimes is very disturbing. So, but again, on a general note, I find the youth today as those youth that are still need to come to terms of agreement that they need a focus.
Okay, so you think the youth of today do not have a focus?
Yes, I think well, some, let me not say youth.
Let's not say all.
Some, a majority, I think that they still need to go back to the drawing board and have a focus, a vision, and a mission. Because I'm saying this because where I am, if you look at
where are you?
In Boya.
Yeah, which town or which small quarter of Boya?
Moliko.
Yeah, because Moliko is a town on its own.
Someone say Moliko is
it's a continent.
It's a continent. Yeah, so where I am in the Moliko neighborhood, when you get to see the youth that you find around us, especially most of them are students, I must point out to the fact.
Yeah.
Yeah, because in the Moliko neighborhood, it's a student residential area.
Yes.
But now when you get to believe that this is a student residential area and what you expect from them, it is on the contrary to what to the standard of moral and the core value and virtue that we are supposed to see. So this is the situation we have, and you expect that you are seeing the young people you see around that they are going to be promising, but the lifestyle and the activity which they do at times become very questionable. As far as their life is concerned, and so it become discouraging to some other two who are coming up. Because it is very easy to copy what is wrong than to copy what is good. And each time you copy what is wrong, it becomes very difficult to let it go.
Exactly.
Yeah, to let it go. And so the few ones that are around, those who are doing activities that are on the contrary, we begin to cry for those for the one that are struggling to pull on. And so the general notion about the youth of today is quite very challenging, because like I said, we want to look at their activities today as compared to 15 years back or 10 years back, where we were in Boya. You realize that it's completely different. You see, the Moliko neighborhood has grown for the past 15 years. And I remember in probably around 2006, like that.
Yes.
Yeah, 2006. You realize that the youth at that time, they were
youths. They were pushful and all.
Yeah, they were very pushful.
Yeah.
And you could find a youth at that moment going to school into a business, you could see that either the youth is selling, is a salesperson in one shop in Moliko here, or the youth is.
Or they're just trying to do something.
They're trying to
Yeah.
do something to actually put themselves. But now the case is different. Whereas on weekend days, you either find them after school, you expect that they should be engaged into something that
Something productive, yeah.
activities. But we don't find that. We find them where they are giving their time and their energy to something that is not bringing anything forth to
All right.
them. So this is a situation
We find ourselves today. Thank you very much, Evangelist, for that. I'm going to go over the talking point again. It is find. That's the reason we're using that word, not define. How do you find them? Like, express yourself, because it will say, yeah, I just want you to use that word find for now. Now, Mira Stone, I remember when a certain message dropped in your phone, you were concerned and you were interested. You were like, okay, I want to say something concerning this. Now, on to you. You are also a young girl. You've been. If I were to bring out your story here, it's going to take us time. You've been in so many things that has helped you to grab something really in there when it comes to the youth of today. So, what do you have to say?
Mano, I don't have any specific definition for youth of today because it fits into a lot of shoes. Youth are very, very interesting. Youth are in different categories, but I'll not talk much because I cannot elaborate on all of them.
Yeah.
But I'll first of all want to start with the productive youths.
Yeah.
For the past 2 years, when I started, I'll say hustling, in quotes, I noticed that a couple of youths, young girls in particular, I've not seen boys, so I cannot say anything about boys. A couple of young girls have been engaging themselves in handcrafts.
Yeah.
They go to salons, nail tech,
You find a girl
stores,
there.
you see girls learning how to do those things, how to install hair and all of these things. So it gives you some form of satisfaction that in as much as youth are going to school to have their certificates, others are there trying to do one or two things to get income. So we are praising those ones because there is dignity in spending your own money.
Exactly.
Working and enjoying your own money.
No, even if it's just 100 francs,
yes.
trust me.
But on the other hand, there's some very, I don't know the word to use.
Diabolical.
Sorcerous. I don't know the word to use, but some youths are out of this world. Sometimes I used to tell God, if you want to blow the trumpet, blow it.
It's okay,
Because
we'll not be
the things
angry.
that are happening in the society now. Charity begins at home. So I want to talk about Boya. Some days ago, I watched a video of a guy who stopped at UB Junction. And
They said it was a prank. We're like, prank.
What kind of prank is that?
Okay, I'm telling you,
Is that
really.
his friends are smiling and laughing. They know what is going on, and you say it's a movie. If it's a movie, everybody's going to be serious. Their friends too are going to be fidgeting and all that.
Exactly.
I felt so low in my spirit that a young boy of that age,
And it's not like it's the first.
Yes.
We've seen others.
We've seen
So even if they are claiming this one is a prank, okay, what about the others? And what about the ones we're still going to see? So everything is a
They are
prank.
real stories. And from the look of things, the world is getting worse.
It's getting
I feel
worse.
pity for our kids because I don't know what they are going to come and see.
I don't know they'll learn.
I don't know the road or the route they are going to take because the world is getting terrible.
Exactly.
A lot of youths nowadays want to do fast cash. You'd hardly see them sitting and trying to work for themselves. They
Yeah.
just want to pay for something, go to Babalawo. I've heard a lot of terrible stories. I don't want to talk about them yet, but the stories are.
No, we need to talk about them because we are here to educate and
The
try to
stories are
better
terrible,
our society, right? So probably there's because it will surprise you to know that in as much as we have seen this video, I'm sure you've seen the one of the lady that is in lizards or
She was giving birth to lizards.
she was giving birth to lizards. Okay, now another girl has seen this, but this today like this.
She will go and do the same thing that will cause her to give birth to a worm.
So, oh my God! So you understand? So we have to bring the stories. We are here. If you don't like it, it's okay. If you don't like it, right? Throw us, but pick the message. That's our problem. Our society is going somehow. Mira is still talking. I'm here.
Yes.
I'm picking up the juice.
Yes, because these things happen every day.
Every
and
day.
You see these things. Some people will decide to change, seeing the effect
Exactly.
these ills have on them, but others will still go there like, if they want to be dull for do this thing, they catch me. I will go and do it, and you will not catch me.
After all, the Bible says,
Yes, exactly. And you see that the thing continues
Like a
growing
vicious
and
circle.
growing and growing and growing and growing, and it gets really worse. That, in fact, Reverend was talking about medical kids. Man, when I pass through the streets of Moliko in the night,
you can scream hallelujah.
God.
No, you start screaming blood of Jesus every time in the blood of Jesus.
Blood of Jesus.
Blood of Jesus.
People are not scared of doing anything anymore.
Have you seen their outfits?
That is the real norm of the society, what they are doing. Because I had a friend who she was specialized in doing runs. That's the new thing with the runs. Yes. A man will call you, pay you to go and do whatever with him. Then I ask myself that, do you have gold in your body that man just give 500k? Did you work in his cocoa farm?
No, right?
But they don't have sense. You get. Some other people watch this thing and it may ring a bell in their head, but others will be like, that girl is just saying crap. Because when they give them this money, and the thing is that this money that they give them, they hardly do good things with them.
Exactly.
When it finishes, they buy hair, they buy clothes to compete with their friends, and after that, the 500k is finished.
It's not like you even think
that
of
500k and go and open a salon, or you start up a business or something.
Exactly.
You come and learn from me. I will teach you how to do I'll teach you how to do millionaire. Bring the money. But they'll use it, they'll squander the money.
They'll go to send a bitch.
And somebody told me that they are mostly kids who come from far, who come to Boya to study, who do these things because people who are born in Boya, they don't have that kind of notion to act in that kind of way. But I tell them that a human being is a human being.
Definitely.
You decide what you want to follow.
Exactly.
Be it you're coming from your own day or Bamenda.
Even if you're here in Boya,
yes,
you do it.
Decide on what you want to do.
Exactly.
Following the what streets now, the bad things have become the new norm.
You know, the definition of the streets, no one ever knew. I think
Yes.
the definition is beginning to
The street has become
to come up
very
now.
sad.
Exactly.
Very, very sad. I'm scared. I cannot lie.
I'm telling you, it's horrible. Flaweta, I'm sure from what these two people have said, you have had a picture of what probably you could say concerning the youth. So how do you're a young girl and you're beautiful, you're out there, you go out to do lots and lots of work, you see this thing. Sometimes I'm sure you sit through the night maybe to get your decorative things back, and you see something and you're like, Jesus. But anyways, I'll leave it to you. How do you find this youth? What can you say about them?
Okay, from my own point of view, I think the both panelists are very correct for what they're just saying. And I think that what I'll draw from what they have said is that there's a lot of peer pressure out there.
Okay.
Which drives a lot of youths, both boys and girls, to do those horrible things they do. Yeah, because the society now is fast growing in the way that the social media is growing a lot. So, but there are some youth that don't know how to handle that pressure.
Okay.
So they tend to do now those things to fit into the social media lifestyle.
And they do it worse than the people we introduce them to it.
They forgetting to know that those people who do it, maybe they have their own means to get whatsoever they are getting. But they who don't have it now, they go putting their hands in things where they're not supposed to put, to compete with those who maybe they have made it already in life. You're still a student and you want to compete with somebody that is 35 years, 45 years old.
Imagine that.
Come? It's not possible.
Exactly.
You don't want to work according to your own pace.
According to your own time that
Yes.
God has placed
So
you in.
that's one issue I noticed with the youth of today. They are so impatient with life. They don't want to work. Even when you start doing something, they're not patient to see that thing grow.
They just want the they want the money.
Instant result.
Yes,
Yeah.
they just believe that let me start up this salon, and when I start it up, I just need to start having enough money to just start buying this, buying cars,
To buy hair.
But you know now when you start, there are challenges you will face.
Even when you blow, there are still
You know, and
challenges
you
you
come back
face.
down. So
Yeah.
you just need to. I think there's a lot of orientation that needs to go around again.
And you
because
people are here doing the orientation already.
it's horrible.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, I'll applaud for those who are really focused, because if you check, there's some young boys and girls that are really trying.
Exactly.
There are a lot of entrepreneurs out there
It's true.
that
Yeah.
they're trying on their own to set up small business here and there to help with their little finance, able
Yeah.
to merge it with school work, and yeah, it's really amazing.
Yeah, Evangelist Sinjo, I mean, when you were growing up, I'm sure you saw your father. I'm sure you grew up with a father figure. Let me not say your father, your biological dad. Now, when you look at how our parents grew up, you look at how they managed life, and then you look at us today, and look at something. Our parents started giving birth at ages 12, 13, 14, 15, but they were able to manage a home. And you find a young girl of today, that same age, is unable to even take care of him or herself, but is even doing and undoing more than their forefathers, their ancestors could ever have done. Now, if you were to compare that timeline with your parents and this timeline, how are you going to find the youths again? That exclamation says it all. It's just like,
Yes,
don't
because,
poke me.
It's a two different periods. The time that we're growing up at that moment, I happened to grow up in a village.
Okay, thank
Yeah.
God. Yeah.
And we grew up in a family of 7. I'm the last.
Okay.
So while growing up, I watched how my parents struggled to see us through in life, and of course we were all farmers. We did farming, and we understand that you need to go through.
In fact, we understood that you need to work before you can
Yes,
eat.
before you eat.
That's what we knew.
Yeah, and of course, and by the time we were actually going through that phase, we need to go to the farm,
Yeah.
come back, work money for school fees, the one for a house, and those who those our neighbor who were well to do, they thought that we were suffering, but I want to say the training. The experience we had through that period, it is what is separating us from us now to survive in Monaco.
That's true.
Where we are. Yes.
I'll ask the other panelists, did you work farm?
Yes, of course.
What about you, Mira? No, she did not work farm. But ask her if her mother gave her food if she did not do house chores. She's the first.
Punishment.
Yes, not everybody's going to go to the farm because not everyone grew up in that milieu. But housework, we are the odogus, please. We actually can take trophy. If you don't wash plates, you clean the floor. If you even they just need to hear chaka. Chaka what? What are you doing there? Ma, I want to heat food. Did the food tell you that it needs to be heated? Leave the food, go and walk. And then they start giving you breakfast around that kind of 10:30, 11 a.m. But today you find a youth at 7 o'clock already at the streets here, on the streets of Moliko, like present food, then waiting for one malam to fry egg and spaghetti.
Exactly.
And that money, she did not work for the money. She probably asked one, say, babe gave me breakfast. And then they go on their status. A man who cannot give you money for breakfast is not a boyfriend material. And I'm like,
Peer pressure. That's what others will see, and they'll be like, "Hi,
my boyfriend.
my boyfriend or my husband or
not
my
doing
this
this
is
for
not doing this for me." It means that I have to change it or something.
So during that period that we were struggling, we were actually probably at that tender age not very happy because of course we saw our neighbors, our friends who they were not doing that. But again, it turned out to be a blessing to us because the hard struggle that we went through, it has formed us, it has groomed us, to be able to survive in any environment we find ourselves. And one thing I would tell young people is that if you don't taste poverty, you will not be able to manage riches.
Okay. It's just like they say, if you have never tasted pain, you will never truly value happiness.
And so sometimes what we go through, we need to give thanks to God because it's actually preparing us. Now, if you understand what is poverty, if you understand what that you get up in the morning, you can't eat, you struggle through your life, and when you are eventually established, you will not stand in a bar and buy a whiskey for 100,000 francs because you understand what it means.
Even if you're to buy, you not buy at that age, right?
Buy at that age.
You find our fathers of 45,
Because
50 doing that.
They
are retired. They are retired.
At that age, you are spending more than 200,000 francs a night.
A what?
More than 200,000 francs a night. I mean, let's say
Maybe in the club or something.
Or whatever.
And you find them in the clubs, they're like,
18 years,
And-
19 years, 20.
And that is money that you can save and you get a land, you construct a house. You are renting, probably paying 40,000 francs for your house rent, you are spending 200,000 francs a night. It doesn't really make sense. And that's why I started from the beginning to say that the youth, they need to come back and focus.
Okay.
They need to establish a clear vision. So once you are a young person out there, you need to understand that what is your vision? What is your mission in life? What do you want to do? What do you want to become? I mean, you set those goals, then you work towards it. Because you find it very difficult sometimes, especially with ladies like she was actually saying. I do admire some ladies that they do some business online.
No. That's what I was coming to again. Please, I actually appreciate ladies who do business, but some of you out there, that business is just, yeah, it's just in quotes the real thing. Yeah, you understand what I'm saying?
Seen a man manual. They said home delivery. You want to go deliver cookie, they're losing you for the losing cookie.
You understand?
Yeah.
So there is a problem. We're talking about youth who are genuinely doing business, not the ones who are doing bees and then the nest is something else. Please, I'm begging. That those are the youths we're appreciating. Let's make that clear, please.
Yeah. So I had an opportunity to address some young people in one program, which I lay more emphasis on the women.
Okay.
Because I had to talk because the women are most vulnerable, of course, and I try to make the girls to understand that as a woman you can become an entrepreneur. Now you don't just get a smartphone because you want to get a smartphone. What is the purpose of your smartphone?
Videos not in my beach.
You don't just get you don't allow someone to get an iPhone Pro Max probably for 800,000.
Wait, please, I've been getting this, I've been hearing this, right? I really want to still act on this platform. Are there really young girls, my age, or even below my age, that are having those kind of phones? That are having phones for 800,000 francs in their hands?
Yes.
You are holding a phone of 800,000 in your hand, you're saying the government is bad.
The government is bad. And I asked one in that conference that we are having an iPhone 13 Pro Max, probably 800 or 40 Pro Max, 800,000 francs. And yet you're using that phone to ask for urgent 2K.
Can you imagine? That's the irony. That's the irony about it.
How can your phone cost 800,000 francs?
And you are asking for urgent 2K.
Wait, that's a piece of land, right?
That's a piece of land.
Are you sure we'll not meet some of these girls that are exchange?
So, they get into things that does not create value, that does not bring income.
Yeah.
Why can't you sell that phone? Even though you don't have enough money to open to rent a place, go to Douala, get some of those slippers for 1,000 francs.
Yes.
You can buy about 100 kg, 3 of them. You bring. Even if you are just advertising on your status, people order you, take from your husband and give it to them.
Exactly. Now, evangelists,
You must not engage in some unscrupulous activities.
Yes.
Where there are the means there. So I'm saying that if you have a phone in your hand that costs hundreds of thousands, sell off that phone, get an Infinix phone for 50,000 francs. Use the 200.
even if you want to, if the phone is 800,000,
Yes.
it's brand new. Even if you still want an iPhone, if you realize that you can resell that phone, probably they'll say no. You're the one bringing the phone. It's not really as brand new as you claim. But there's someone out there who will still buy. Maybe it's for 750. You can still use 150 and get an iPhone. You are still left for 600,000. That is big capital. You have an iPhone and you have capital. And you realize that if you are somebody who is smart enough, you not only have capital, but you have capital plus something that you can pay house rent with and all of that. And now, Flaweta made mention of peer pressure. We want to copy and try to meet up with others. And one person that most of the girls of today are following strongly and they're trying to copy her lifestyle is Kim Kardashian. And I think we all have followed Kim for the longest of time, for those who have followed her live on social media. And you know there's an episode where Kim was really crying. Why? Because her son stumbled on her sex tape. And it hurt her so much. Her husband had to go. You can imagine how much money that guy spent to delete that video in every electronic just so their son does not see that.
Is it possible to
And that's the thing. There are still some people who have that video.
If I download to my phone, I will become a delete my phone.
That's the thing. There are still some people who have that video. So whatever you do at the end of the day, that little boy is going to see that. Now, Mira, imagine a young girl living the way she does. Has she ever thought about her kids?
The youth of nowadays, I don't think they look at the future. They're just acting based on what they see now,
Yeah.
based on what's happening now. They don't think of the after effects of whatever they are doing. Trust me, there are a lot of ladies out there who have sex tapes, who have all of those things, but they don't care. In the future, when they have kids and the kids, an apple does not fall very far from a tree.
Exactly.
We can bet that when this girl gives birth to her child will follow her footsteps.
Most definitely.
Except she changes.
Except God intervenes.
This brings me to parents. I'm not drifting away from the topic, but this brings me to parents. Parents have a very vital role in the lives of their children.
Exactly.
You get from when they are growing to when, and people always say that you the born picking, but not the born heart. Try.
But you
As a
can
parent,
mold the heart.
You can mold the heart.
Yeah.
You can try as much as possible to build your child the way you want your child to grow.
Exactly.
My parents brought me up to fight for myself. Your father's money is not your money. Your mother's money cannot be your money.
It's not even, they even look at it.
You have to work for your money.
Exactly.
I, in particular, my mom trained me in a kind of way that's warfare. You have to fight. Don't depend on the man. My mother used to count even my underwear. If I buy a new underwear, my mother will come and ask, where did you have money to buy this thing? And I have to explain. I used to give account of everything that I have. So I grew up with this consciousness that whatever I'm doing, I have to be focused. I have to be conscious because if my mom sees this thing, I'm dead.
I remember her mom too. Her mom is exactly the same. I was the one who, imagine she's my spiritual mom, right? So of course we already have that connection in the church and all. I go to the house, I sleep over and stuff. The mom knows me. But there was a day she was putting on my gown. It was a brand new gown. I was like, I don't really feel like this gown really suits me. And she was putting it on and mistakenly passed in the parlor. It was a family meeting.
Yes.
I don't know if she can remember that day. It was a whole family meeting. Where is this gown for? And the mom was like, I don't like it. I don't want to see it. No, you wear your own. You wear your own. And I was like, what?
So parents have a very vital role to play in the lives of their kids. So I'll be proud to say that my parents contributed to who I am today.
Exactly,
because
definitely.
I respected them so much that I had to straighten my life.
No, you have to.
I had to straighten my life because you I don't want to say it's being scared of your parents, but
no, it's respect.
It's
respect. It's respect.
Don't do something that you know your parents will be angry with you.
Exactly.
But some parents see their kids, your child of 18 years will bring you an iPhone. You are happy.
No, the problem is, okay, it's just I cannot play the voice notes here, but I'll be very happy. Okay, you just said something amazing, Mira. Let me read out a message. When we're struggling to come up with this topic, not so, one guy who used to be a panelist here, who is out of the country, actually took a liking to the whole thing. He says, and I was like, I wrote that message and I was like, who did this to us? And he said the old that raised us. And I was like, what do you mean? He says, that's the truth. We were raised with a mentality that we must succeed at all cost. He goes further to say 95% of parents see themselves as failures and want to push their kids to succeed. Today, if you can give money to your dad or mom, then you are a good child. They won't care what you do or how you get the money. On the other hand, if you don't provide enough, they complain. And worse, they compare. I'm telling you out of experience. It's been 3 years over here. My dad has never asked me what I do or how I make money. But I bought him a fridge, cooker, washer, etc. And in fact, 4 months ago, he did a very terrible comparison of me with a friend who is in the US. And he went, buy don't buy their papa moto. I don't tell you, say, make you try find way, change country, no. And jokingly added, no make I die without driving my own moto. So that's his father. His father is like, no make I die, wait, and not drive my own motor. So the father is literally pushing him. So you people were talking about peer pressure, and I was like, sometimes it's the parents.
Have a vital role.
Yeah.
Parents have, that's your roots. Your parents are your roots. So whichever way they grow you, that's how you're going to
yeah.
grow. Yeah.
And he still continued to say, how many parents can ask their kids, how is school? How many GPA did you have? How is your life or how is your day? He went again to say, I was in the police academy for 11 months and my dad did not know. He never called once. So imagine if I was doing something else. And he says again, I am not the only one. I know people who have gone 4 years without their family calling. If you can call and send them money time to time, it's okay and fine. Now Christmas is coming. They expect money from young ones. They don't care how you got it. And he explained something which was really, really terrible. He said, while he was here in Boya some time back, he met a young lady who was doing something so terrible. He tried to caution her, and the response she gave him was, when she was leaving the village to come to Boya for school, her father told her that let her remember that before she comes back to that village, she's supposed to make it. He does not care how she is going to make it. And then that, by the time the girl was about like 6 months in school, the father started calling her to send him money.
Can you imagine?
This is my phone. Like this.
Imagine.
Yeah, this is a conversation. Okay, today's Wednesday. I had this conversation with him on Monday when I sent that message to everybody, and we tried to put things together. And that's what he was saying. He said, luckily for him, he is not somebody who is, easily pressured. Like, imagine what he would be doing. Then imagine that young girl. Probably now that he's not there, you can imagine what that girl could be doing just to meet up with her father's demands. So sometimes our parents are at fault. Florita, what say you?
No, I think that's very true, because you can, for example, like this story, you cannot send a child for studies and then you turn and ask the child to send
So many of them are out there here in
Where
UB.
should
Ask
the child
them.
take the money from?
The child is in school. UB gives money daily. Yeah, because why would the child be at the university and you want the child to send you money?
You're supposed to instead be like,
Who gave you
who
money?
gave you money?
Why are you sending me money? What job are you doing
That's
that?
it.
He said his father sent him money just once and it was 10,000 francs. And all the while he was at the university, the father kept on asking
So the
him
father
money.
does not care how the child fares in the child's daily needs, or how the child
I said the
lives.
university gives money according to the father. Probably he thinks that 50,000 comes every day or every
I've
month.
seen instances, man, where mothers, in fact, I don't want to call, we cannot call it, but I know a woman
Yes.
who intentionally spoils her daughter. Yes. When you want to go for that big places, then she wants to go out to those big places, she will tell her daughter to dress up 18 years to follow her. The daughter had a birthday party, a ton of people she invited to that birthday party. And those people give her child money, she's happy. Her child will post all sorts of things on her status. The mother is going to respond to those posts, and the child will still screenshot her mother's response and post on her status.
And be like, mama, the only mama.
Supporting all sort of trash. Then I asked myself that day, this woman, are you sure you don't have a special place in hell for bringing your daughter up in this kind of way? Because there are a lot of parents out there who are trying to put their kids where they're not supposed to be. Most of them have this long throat for money, and they have long throat for a lot of things.
Yeah.
So when you see your child bringing you, the child will start with some small things like roast fish, some small trebles. Just like that, though.
Mira, why will you remind me of this story?
She's not going to buy things for 50k, 100k. Before you know it, your mind is no longer there. You just accept it. You don't care to know where the money is coming from.
Evangelist.
She falls in.
Flaweta, Mira, why would you remind me of this story? So there was this fateful day in my former compound. I will say it because I'm not scared of anybody. Everybody should go and meet that lady. She needs to change. The daughter went out and it was getting to about 9-10 p.m. The daughter was not back home. She was agitating and everyone was like, calm down, go protect your daughter, or your daughter will come back safely. What kind of a thing is it? What kind of a thing is this? That child finally got home around 10:30 p.m. We're all outside to make sure that she comes back safely, and that's her first daughter. Do you know that that child came back, and because that child was holding roasted fish, there was no scolding? She wasn't scolded.
Something as petty as roast fish.
Roasted fish behind, and when she was coming, she intentionally did what she did. She held the fish behind, and so when she was climbing up the stairs, the mother wanted to talk, then she pulled out the fish. Now we all saw what they call Cameroon film Pro Max that day. I looked at the other person with whom I was waiting for the girl to come back home safely. We both looked at ourselves and we're just like, good night. That's it. Literally, that's what happened.
But there's nothing you can say, because if a child can behave like that, it's something that's going on. She really knows.
She knows what to do.
What to do in such.
Yeah,
so she's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
okay, I'll go at this time, but I just need to get something and do not say anything.
What's the fish? Because as far as I'm concerned, if you like, bring Barack Obama. My mom will join Barack Obama and beat the two of you. Then after she's done beating us, now she'll now greet him and say, well, Mr. President, I'm so sorry. It's just that I was angry with this child. After. Then now, I'm telling you that I don't know where my mom was fashioned, but that's by the way. Ladies and gentlemen, we've been talking a lot, and Evangelist has given his own perspective of the youth. Same thing with Flaweta and Mira. Now let's get into something else. Evangelist did say that there are some youths that are doing exceedingly well, and he appreciates those youths, and he is also applauding for them. Well, we have two of such youths right here in the studio. We're talking about the likeness of Mira Stone. Well, you guys already know now, right from way back. She started showing us her skills. Let's talk about Flaweta first, then we get to Mira, because you can see everything on Mira already, and she mentioned about what she does a little bit when she was talking. So let's start with Nyoidini Flaweta. Tell us about yourself, how you got into what you do, and what inspired you to get into it.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. I'm called Noidini Flaweta, and I'm into event planning, interior designs. So I would say I started doing this three or 4 years ago.
Okay.
Yes, when this COVID stuff started.
Okay.
Yes, because I had plans to travel, but you know, when you're growing up, you already know that, no, when you grow up, you're done with school, you need to travel. Yes. So but COVID came up, and normally I'm good with artwork. When it comes to creativity, I'm very good with that, and I love doing it. So I was like, there's no need, if things are not working like this, why don't you do this?
Exactly.
Than just sitting and just waiting for something that's not going to happen, or it's going to take a long time to happen.
Yes.
So I remember there's this lady in Douala. She gave me my first ever like push for me to do whatever I do. Like I'll be forever grateful to her.
Okay.
So she said, okay, I could start like this. I started with paper flowers, which I started with paper flowers to make flowers, and you go to homes, you do light decorations, you use it for backdrops, birthdays, and yes, and that's how I started.
All right.
And when I started doing that, I discovered that I started having more interest in it. And I started seeing how to grow that particular business, because you not just end doing paper flowers, because it's something that changes.
Yeah.
So when I sat and I thought to myself, I said, okay, let me go to school for this particular thing. So I went for training, professional training. Yes, I went for professional training. I did my training in Douala. I came back here and I did my training in Boya.
Wow, so you did training twice?
Yes, I did training twice. So when I was done with that, I then set up an event, interior design, should I say company or what?
Yeah, it's a company. That's how company starts.
So that's how I started. And as time passed, I've trained some young girls. I've trained some girls on paper flowers, deco, and all whatnot. So there's been an amazing journey.
All right.
Because truly, I feel like they always talk of leverage. I think that's what most youth are supposed to be concentrating on. It's not just going to school, get a job.
Yeah.
You can go to school, you have a job. You can have that job and you still do something else.
Yeah, sure.
I think we as you need to have a very diverse mindset.
Exactly.
You can do this, do that.
Yeah.
That is going to give you, because as we are growing up, society is changing. The prices of things too are changing.
Yeah,
so
you've said it.
Focus on one thing. So yeah, I'm into interior designs, decor, event planning.
All right. So for how long did you do the training in Douala?
The one in Douala I did that for 3 months, and the one in Boya I did that for 5 months.
Wow, in total 8 months of training. And if we're supposed to put that in monetary terms, like approximately, don't give us the exact amount, but like approximately how much?
Approximately, just for the fees, I think I spent 1.6.
All right.
For both.
1 point. And someone is holding that in a phone, but somebody has used that to get an education which is helping. Now, when you talk about paper flowers, can you use this to make flowers?
Of course.
Flower.
Of course.
I'm sure, yeah.
We use this to make flowers. We use fabric to make flowers. We use anything.
Anything is flowerable.
Yes.
All right, I'm sure the broadcaster is trying to pass some pictures of hers, of some of the things that she does. Yeah, I'm sorry, Evangelist, you're going to see that later on. Yeah, so that's what Flaweta is into as of now. That's how far she's gone after the training. So for those of you who have events, this is December, you're getting married, and there are some people who will not even want to get married now because they know it's congested, so they've pushed it to January, to February. This is your go-to girl. I'm already campaigning it. If you try and give me high money, I'll fight. Now tell us a little bit, what are some of the challenges you faced as a young girl who was trying to just be creative and do something different?
I faced a lot of challenges, especially when I was just starting out.
Okay.
My paper flowers. When you're a young girl and you're struggling, people need to recommend you. And there are sometimes that when someone recommends you, especially a guy, recommends you for a job, he believes that there's this type of relationship that needs to happen before he actually gives you.
Send them to Mira, she'll handle them for you.
It was really challenging at that
I
time.
can understand.
I just left from UB.
Okay.
Yes, I just graduated from UB undergraduate, and that's when I started doing this stuff. So it was really challenging. I did not know how to navigate through that. So that was part of one of the challenges. I also faced monetary challenges.
Exactly.
There are times when you're starting, you don't have anything. Maybe you need to go and buy from a fresh, unlike when you have your things already. So a client can come and meet you and say, I need this job done for 30,000 francs. and you use all that 35,000 to go and buy materials and you come back with nothing. Yes, but you still need to deliver and deliver very well. So it was really a challenge, a big challenge for me. Yes, because I needed to take up transportation, buying.
At least from the beginning, just to get yourself known.
So I just did all of those just to have
a name.
Name. Yes. So that was another challenge. And another challenge I faced was this thing I went and did. It was in Limbe.
The Lord have mercy.
I had to do an interior design for an NGO. So when I went there and I tried my best, like I did everything I could do. You know, when you don't have material, you use the money, and the lady came and was like, she's not satisfied. Whereas everything was on point. So, but her problem was that there was, I don't know if it was, because she too was in the same thing. She was in the same thing, but in the NGO, they did not want to give her the.
Oh, okay. Now we're trying to understand where she's from.
She then now came out and was like, this is not what they asked for, me to do, and blah blah blah. I was like, this is the exact thing that they said I should do. I should do this, and I presented everything I had to do. So she came now and tried to like sabotage my name. Yeah, so that because from there, it's a big NGO. From there, I could get too many clients. So it was really challenging at that time. I just felt like.
So how did you handle that?
I just kept my peace, honestly, because I did not even know where to start.
But the others, when they came, did they like it?
They loved it. They loved it.
I think we all know why she did that, but we just don't want to voice it out, you know. We don't want to be called haters. So. But we know you are haters, so.
They love the work. I myself was so shocked. I was like, what did I do wrong?
Yeah, I know that feeling.
Yes, I just said, let's try it.
Evangelist, how do you find everything she's just from saying? I mean, literally that's our talking point. How do you find it?
No, I'm impressed. I'm very happy.
And you're amazed.
Yes, with what she's doing. This is what we want. And,
can you use his shirt and do flowers?
Of course.
Imagine that your shirt can be used.
I was sure when she said she can use anything for flowers. So I think it's something that is good. We need people that are creative.
We need youths like this.
People that are creative. I always tell people want to get into business or into entrepreneurship that there is no problem of you getting into a particular line of business that is already existing that you want to do. And because each business has a strategy, any personal account has a strategy. If you find yourself, like, let me say, if you have been to Yaoundé, Avenue Kennedy,
yes,
where they sell most of the electronic phones, you see that a shop runs like from Manigo Junction right up to Hims. There are shops that the same item. But now people have different strategies. You need to put a marketing strategy in place.
Okay.
And so that's why I would tell people that don't be scared that no, if I want to open a shop here, no, this person A is here, B is here. No, it's your strategy. So because I know that people do flowers for decoration and so forth, but again, what really took my attention is the fact that you can use anything.
She started with papers,
papers. So you can use anything to produce flower, which is something that is innovative. Because as an entrepreneur, what really makes you different from a business person that operates in the quarter is the fact that you are able to be innovative, you are able to be creative.
Bring in something unique, something nobody could think of.
Not as it was the beginning, and so shall it be. So don't get to a business and you find people doing it, you want to run the same thing. They take risks, they expand, and they're innovative, and that is what really actually make them innovative.
All right.
I was equally talking to one guy that is actually into sewing dresses. I said, you are sewing dresses. I don't expect that I bring my dress to you. You just do cut and nail in code. No, I expect you to be creative on my outfit. Add some value to it. Don't just take a shirt. You want to sew me a shirt. You just
it's a shirt now.
And you sew. No, it doesn't really make a difference. So whatever we are doing, we're able to add value. Have a trademark that no, this is my this is a trademark that belongs to me.
All right.
The other one will produce these things. So this is what we need to do. In that, I think we are going to sell.
All right, thank you very much, Evangelist. Ladies and gentlemen, we're tilting the camera towards Mira Stone. But before we meet her, let's take this contribution all the way from the US. It says 80% of the youths of today are radical idiots. What? Really? radical idiots. This is because they are not contented with what they have. This is due to unhealthy competition, peer influence, materialistic tendency, and a lot more. Also, they have a lot of vision which doesn't align with God's vision, and their assignment here on earth, which is already a minus to them. To add to that, most of them are far from God. God is not their focus. They only turn to God when they find themselves in trouble and are not in need of they only turn to God when they find themselves in trouble and not the need to worship him as their creator. Lastly, there is a lot of exploitation that has reduced their value in terms of upholding their cultural values and morals. Their environment has given them the name they choose for themselves instead of defining themselves for their environment to choose. That is why sex has become a normal phenomenon to their growth and lack of elderly respect. The elders, which they need to respect, have made themselves inferior in their eyes. Fathers and mothers sleep with children, and children sleep with themselves, minors. That particular end like that. We'll get there. we will get there, Mira. We will get there. All right. Already meeting Mira, ladies and gentlemen. We're shining the spotlight on somebody who has decided to make sure everyone is polished like herself. Mira Stone, tell us a lot more. I mean, we are ready. We want to know a lot more about why you're into millineries, what prompted you to get into it, and what in particular is your interest in making people look polished.
Okay, Mano, thank you very much.
Welcome.
I'm Mira Stone of Mira Stone's Millinery and a lot more. We're not going to talk about a lot more now. Subsequently. So we're talking about millinery today. What motivated me to get into millinery? I am someone who loves to be polished. I love to look good.
She loves to look fly
all the time. So I discovered that I was spending a lot of money paying somebody to do fascinators for me. You know, millinery encompasses a lot of things: fascinators, headbands, hats. I even go as far as doing clutches, purses, brochures, sometimes slippers, etc. So what prompted me to do this craft is because I was spending a lot of money to pay somebody to do them for me. So I thought, why is that? Why should I be spending this much money paying somebody to do this thing for me when I can actually learn? So I have one person I used to do millinery with. So when she launched a training last year in August, I told my mom. She was like, "Take what I did. You feel like learning, so you can go and try that." So I went there. I called her that I would like to be her student, and she was like, "Jesus, here my client is going," because she knew that I love to buy. She was like, "Jesus, no, I don't want to teach you." I was like, "Please, you have to teach me because I have to also, know how to do these things myself, so I can look as beautiful as I want at any time." So I contacted her. She told me that okay, I can come for the training. So I paid for it. 3 weeks training. Yes.
How much did you pay?
80K.
Wow.
That's what I paid for. 80K. I paid her 80K for 3 weeks to learn millinery. So when I was there, she taught us just a few things: satellite fascinators, very few things. So with the kind of brain I have, yes, they don't teach you everything. They cannot. They teach you very few things. So with the kind of brain I have, I went far. When she teaches you this particular design, I'll go far to go and do my research. I just wanted to know what I need to use to do what.
Yeah, the basics. How to cut words and put it.
So when I learned all of those things, after 3 weeks, she handed my certificate. So when I came back home,
You didn't sleep?
I did not sleep. My phone, this phone, I was just pressing, learning different kind of things. Then, I don't want you to ask me for the challenge, so I'll go straight to it. So, when I stopped training, I went back home. Since nobody knew I was doing millinery, I was a fresher in the job. So, I did not have any command for about 3 months.
Wow.
Imagine August, September, October. My mom was like, no, commands are going to come. Don't worry yourself. My mom is always very positive towards everything that I do. So she kept on encouraging me that I should not bother. I'm going to have clients. After 3 months, I had one command to do one satellite fascinator for somebody. So when I did it, I don't know whether it was about excitement or I did the wrong color. I went to her office and gave her. She was like, no, I did not ask for black. I asked for green. I was like, hey, Jesus. I don't even have money to do another one. But she was like, okay, it's fine. She understood. She was like, okay, it's fine. I'll use it like that. But the next one I have to do, you're going to do green for me. She understood. That was perfect. I stayed again for months. Nothing. December, which I knew was the peak of festivity, and people will need this millinery stuff. Last year, since I was still fresh, I was not exposed, I had a few commands. So my mom gave me an idea. I call my mom my manager because she always gives me ideas. She gave me an idea that I could get few materials and then do some little fascinators, different samples, and then I post. So that people will know that I do these things. And since I did not have enough money at that time, I did just a few. Then I went online to take other designs and I was posting. So people were like, who does these things? And I'm like, I'm the one. So the initial plan of learning this thing was for myself. But I discovered I was having interest to do for other people. So when they saw these designs now on my status, and I used to make some for myself very nice, and I go out, they're like, wow, your fascinator is nice. What did I say? I do it. Sometimes I don't even need you to come and tell me. I will go. Auntie, when you're looking very nice and polished, the way I will look, I'll go, Auntie, good afternoon. Oh, I do these things. I do fascinators. And exchange contacts just like that. Because as a businessman, you have to be sharp. You don't have to just sit and expect the class to So that is how I struggled and struggled and struggled. And beginning this year, the business blew off because of social media presence, of course. I did not limit myself to WhatsApp. I was going to Facebook, I was going to Instagram, and all of those things. So the business blew off, and I was doing a lot of things. And it came at some point, I stopped doing it for myself. I noticed that when there is a party that I have to attend, I treat myself last. Sometimes I even do my fascinator on that day of the party. Our mom is like, carpenter, no, they get chair for the house. Doing this thing.
They say dance for a wedding, normally a dance.
You love these things, but now you can do it with your hands, but you're no longer doing it for yourself. So, but when I have the time to do it, I do it for myself. But I'm now focused on my clients to make people look nice. And I always specify, I tell my clients that when you wear my stuff, please send me pictures. That is how I'm going to get more clients.
Exactly.
I even go as far as teaching some clients how to merge their clothes, how to build it up, colors. In fact, every client that comes to me, I'll make sure that it will be polished at the end of the day.
Okay. Yes. So what I want to say is, so far so good. I'm sure the broadcaster is passing some pictures, you realize that, like she said, it all started with her. I think when she was doing Elila Gbamu, everyone was concerned at that time because she always had something pinned on her chair. It was like,
I don't have it today because I'm mourning with the badge for over a year.
Yeah, of course. But no, the badge is something. It's actually it. If you never had the badge, that's to tell you that there's always something. I think she actually said that on one program that there was someone who asked her like, what is this thing? It's from you that I got to know about this stuff. I'm sure she knows I'm not really a fan of this, or I'm just really clean down, simple. It's always just easy to go. But when you look at Mira Stone, she's always like, she's ready. She can meet the president anytime. Anytime. And then there comes Flaweta, who is like, okay, if Mira Stone loses this flower, your house has to be fine, because you cannot be looking so polished, and when we come to your house, it's like a shrine. You understand? So these two just go hand in hand. Ladies and gentlemen, it is that time of the year. You want to, your bushfella man is coming now. Whether he's from Equatorial Guinea, he's bushfella. Make your house look good. She's here. Look good yourself. And the funny thing is, I love this whole thing. The Ankara, the whole thing. I already have my designer for something important, right?
Yeah.
Right, you also like, right? I know, yes, because there's this video of hers where she was so polished. And I think you have a very nice, how do you call her, designer?
Yes.
She sews well.
If you want a Kaba designer, I have a lot of.
Yeah, but what happened with the gowns you were supposed to send to me?
Story for another day, man.
Alright, so if you're getting married, or you have just an event to attend, and you're actually just tired of your normal routine, she's your go-to girl. She will dress you up like there is no tomorrow. And if you're also tired of the normal boring interior decors you've been seeing, Claretta is actually, I mean, each time we go to church when there's a festive period, sometimes I get into church and I'm like, no, wrong church, let's go let me look for my church. And then after I go out and I see Holy Ghost, and I'm like, oh, okay, no, this is the church. She has done something, and she's actually right now doing something. Evangelist, how do you find mirrors?
How? I think her art is quite interesting and good.
When are you getting married?
Don't know.
Because we need your wife to be polished there.
Yes. Yeah, when she was saying that, I was actually, of course, the woman to have to, she find it very difficult to fit in this type of.
We'll fit her in.
That's why
which is very.
We will fit her in.
Because what you were saying, some of these outfit dress is very good. I do admire women or ladies who put it on. So I was even surprised to see that she's in such things that nowadays I was thinking of maybe it's pedicure, manicure. But again,
she does everything. Like look at her hands. Like she does it. She can even do makeup for your bride. If your bride just needs something simple and easy, she's all around.
It's quite interesting.
So you get these two girls and you're done.
Yes, and because last week when I was an MC for a traditional marriage, if I knew I had a contact, probably I would have given her a customer, because the lady was actually getting married was my friend, younger sister.
And you do not really think she looked the way she was supposed to look.
Yes.
Just say it like that.
Explain everything like that. Because at times women have very difficult to dress, and I'm very happy that she can do that match, which is very important. So I think you should have like a consultancy, something. Yes. She has opened a company. You need to open your own where people can consult. Okay, I'm about to get married. Have you seen some brides on their wedding day? You cry. So people need to even their wedding gowns. Some people take gowns that don't fit them. I like that. That's what I actually really like. Wedding gowns, rent house, and telling people, okay, this gown goes for your body type. And if you're going for a party, Mira is slim. Yeah.
So don't go and tell a teller to put something like this and you're expecting it to happen like, she's slim. Now, for your own body type, it's going to be different. Fabrics differ. So some people will see it like this on you and they'll just want it like that. No. They say God is a miracle working God. They don't say humans are miracle working people. Try to understand that difference, please. So all we're trying to say at the end of the day is there's a contact on your screen. You can get to me. I can't put their contacts out there. She just mentioned problems with guys. So contact me, and if you're serious, I'll give you their contacts. We are here to make sure that they say in pidgin, local parlance, not be one-handed tie bond to ride. She goes hand in hand with her. She goes hand in hand with her. And Evangelist has just said it. He's taking their contacts after today or after this program to make sure that the brides look like the brides. People who are attending occasions look like people. Because sometimes you want to go for a wedding, you're only thinking about some kind of expensive fabrics. Meanwhile, you can just dress like this.
It's simple and nice.
There are very simple ways to dress. They don't know. They'll go and buy fabrics for 100k. Come and see the style. Off.
The problem is not even the style. It does not fit.
Yeah, some people don't know their body types. Want to wear color.
I've sat close to a lady and she could not even eat.
Yeah.
She could not swallow because they have squeezed all of her organs just that.
Snatched down.
You get everything and I was just like, eat. I like myself. If I know that I know this person who is having this occasion, I don't dress snatched. I dress with a kaba. I will eat. Because by the way, I'm being very serious. If you have to go for an occasion and you know that person and they cook good food, why should you be snatching? What are you snatching? Your happiness to eat good food. Come and meet me while I give you good free wares. You attend that occasion, you're looking beautiful, and then you feed the stomach. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, that's how we saw it on today's edition of Focal Point. I just want to say a big thank you to all of you who watched and those of you who sent in comments. This other one says, the youth of today, even angels, the laugh, and the devil, the wonder. It's bad. Okay, I've got some comments here that I cannot read because I really just wanted to focus on the two girls. So before we even take leave of you guys watching us, I'll just get back to them to just say a thing or two, how much they can train, also how much what's the least price you can get something from them, so that if you're coming you already know where where to start. And also anything else that they want to say. Mira, you're up.
Mano, when it's time for training, I'm going to relay the message to you. So
okay.
I'm going to consider a lot of things before I build.
All right.
Yes. So for millenary fascinators, you can get them as low as 5,000 francs, from 5,000 francs.
Which one is a fascinator? Which one is a millenary?
Millenary is the umbrella name of the fascinators, the headbands, the hats.
Okay.
Yes,
so which one
is the umbrella name?
So which one is for 5,000? The one you're having on?
No, it cannot be 5,000.
It's more.
Wait, man, no. We can get fascinators or headbands from 5,000 and above, right up to 100,000, 200,000.
It depends on you, and it depends on the material you want that they should use.
Yeah.
Seriously, you're asking that same question like me? We will ask her after this.
Now we can see them.
All right. So, as like she said, when it's time to train you, really, right? Because I'm sure youths are interested.
Yes, I really.
Mira, can you also train on nails and makeup?
Yeah, I can train on makeup.
All right, fine. We'll get to you. Like you said, when you really. Let's get to you now. How much can you do training for? Because you've already been doing, by the way.
Yes, yes. Well, the training varies because if you want to learn flowers, different. If you want to learn event planning, it's different.
Okay.
If you want to learn deco, it's different. So
Oh,
I
what?
would
Wow.
prefer if the person is interested, the person comes and shows the interest and then we talk.
Yeah.
Because the prices varies
Yeah.
and it also varies because they are even when you want to do deco, it varies. They are in stages.
All right.
Yes, they are in stages. You not just come and just do. You have to start from this to this. So it varies. Really varies.
I see why the youth of today are lazy.
So you didn't do an
Kind of. It's kind of long. Anyways, but we thank God. Thank you, girls, so much for coming. It was amazing having the two of you, and I am looking forward to the both of you having many clients and working with as many brands as possible. Why not international? That's how the international people also started. Thank you so much, Evangelist, for being here. And a big thank you also goes to the broadcaster, not forgetting those of you who are watching, those of you who send in contributions, and also to the one and only supervisor, Mr. Eno Ayo Humphrey. Till I meet you guys, ladies and gentlemen, I'm leaving you all in the company of beautiful programs still to come up on High TV. Remember, stay safe, stay blessed. Though the youth of today are, as we said, going wayward, but we believe that they can make a return and do what's right for them, just like Flawetta and Mirror Stone. So take them as an inspiration, as an example, and start now. Remember, it's never too late to start. See you guys. Bye. Awesome.